lost it in the way you say my name now. Like you're reading it off a list you don't belong on. Same mouth, same shape, but the meaning went missing. Like a room after someone moves out without warning. You laughed at a story only half like you used to, and I swear it echoed from a different version of you. I kept waiting for the light behind your eyes to flicker back in, but it stayed like a house with no one living within. And I told myself it's just distance, just time, just noise. But silence has a way of learning your voice. The last version of you is framed on my wall, smiling like it never knew it could fall. I lost you before you left at all. Now I'm talking to someone who answers but calls a name that doesn't fit anymore. You're standing here, but the person I knew isn't yours. The last version of you still opens that door, but doesn't live here anymore. I found old photographs in a drawer like evidence of a crime where the suspect is present but innocent. You're in them laughing like gravity never existed, like nothing between us had ever been twisted. Now you move through the room like a museum guide, pointing at artifacts of a life you denied. And I stand there quietly in the guided tour line, watching your ghost introduce itself as fine. And I try to match the rhythm of your new conversation, but it feels like translating a language I made in imagination. Framed on my wall, smiling like it never knew it could fall. I lost you years before you left at all. Now I'm talking to someone who answers but calls a name that doesn't fit anymore. You're standing here, but the person I knew isn't yours. The last version of you still opens that door, but doesn't live here anymore. And the photographs remember what you forgot. They don't change when you decide you're not who you were. In the light of that summer kitchen where everything broken still felt like living, I keep visiting archives of us in my mind, where your voice still aligns with your eyes. And I swear those versions are more real than this space where I'm learning your absence has a face. The last version of you is framed on my wall, but even that frame starting to fall. I lost you in pieces I couldn't recall, until nothing of you felt like you at all. You're here, but it's only the shape that remains, a familiar stranger in familiar chains. The last version of you won't answer my calls, and maybe it never did at all. that take the same route to places that don't know I'm changing. Smile at faces that never ask what I'm arranging inside my head. It's a quiet kind of breaking, but the world keeps talking like nothing is aching. The mailbox is empty, same as yesterday. Funny how absence learns to stay that way. I rehearse normal like a line in a play, while something unspoken keeps getting in the way. And I wonder if it counts if nobody sees it, if it only exists when I breathe it. No condolence cards came through my door. No quiet knock, no sign, no more. The world kept spinning like nothing was gone before, like I didn't lose something worth falling for. No flags half-mast in the middle of the day, just me learning how to quietly say this hurts in a way I can't display, while everything outside stays okay. I pass conversations that don't have my language in them. People talk about weather, plans, and where they've been, and I nod like I'm fluent in pretending, while something in me keeps not mending. I thought grief would come with instructions or form, a visible shape, a socially worn norm, but it just sits here out of uniform in a life that still looks perfectly warm. And I keep it tucked where nobody can read it, like it only exists if I believe it. No condolence cards came through my door. No quiet knock, no sign, no more. The world kept spinning like nothing was gone before, like I didn't lose something worth falling for. No shared silence, no gathered floor, just me and a loss. Nobody's keeping score, like it doesn't deserve to be something I mourn, because it never got officially born. I imagine what it would look like if it showed, if heartbreak had a designated road. People bringing meals to the edge of the unknown, saying I'm sorry for what you outgrew alone. Maybe there'd be flowers for invisible ends. Maybe someone would call it what it represents, but here it just sits in everyday bends, where nothing breaks, it just pretends. No condolence cards came through my door. No echo, no ritual, no metaphor. The world kept spinning like nothing was so, like I didn't lose something anymore. You don't get casseroles for a living goodbye. No gathered hands, no reason why, just silence, learning how to comply with a loss that was never allowed to die. I wasn't looking for anything real that night, just scrolling through names on the low phone line. Then your name blinked like it never left, like time forgot to clean up what it kept. I almost swiped past like it didn't matter, but my thumb paused in a quiet kind of pattern. Funny how something so small can stay when everything else gets erased away. And I told myself it's just data, just lines, but my chest didn't read between those signs. You're still my emergency contact, like nothing between us ever got lost or cracked. Funny how a phone knows what I won't admit. Your name still sits where my panic lives in it. Your number still lives where my silence lands, like it never learned how to understand. I updated everything except losing you, and now I don't know what that says about what's true. I stare at the screen like it might explain why memory feels like a digital pain. Autofill ghost in a contact list, holding on to versions I shouldn't miss. It's just a feature, just a setting, just a file, but it drags me backwards every once in a while, like my life kept moving but forgot to delete the place where you still answer for me. And I almost tap your name out of habit, like emotional reflexes still have it. You're still my emergency contact, like nothing between us ever got lost or cracked. Funny how a phone knows what I won't admit. Your name still sits where my panic lives in it. Your number still lives where my silence lands, like it never learned how to understand. I updated everything except losing you, and now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If something went wrong right now, right here, who would I call when the signal clears? Would I scroll through strangers trying to decide, or just pretend you're still on my side? It's stupid, I know it's just a name on glass, but it feels like a door that I never really passed. Like I move forward in every way, except the part where I was supposed to say your name fades away. You're still my emergency contact, a line that time somehow didn't retract. Funny how a phone remembers what I resist. You're still the first place my panic exists. Your number still lives where my silence stands, like it's waiting for me to understand. I updated everything except losing you, and now I don't know how to undo what's true.
The hallway still bends where you used to stand, like the house forgot how to understand. I hear you in wood grain, in settling dust, in the quiet agreement of things that rust. Your coat still hangs like it knows your name, refusing to learn it belongs to change. I pass by the kitchen where light used to spill, and the air feels heavier, waiting still. The couch has your shape in its softened middle, like memory learning to speak in this subtle indent of absence pressed into cloth. A silence that doesn't wear off. Coffee mug ring still circles the wood, like time didn't clean what it thought it should. And every room leans slightly your way, as if expecting you back someday. The house kept your shape after you left, held on to echoes it won't forget. Every room still leans your direction, like love became architectural reflection. I walk through spaces that won't let you go. They remember you better than I know. These walls haven't learned you're gone, they just keep holding your outline on.
Open the door like I'm checking checking a wound that heals and reopens in every room. Floorboards creak out your familiar pace in a language only emptiness can translate. The air still arranges itself like before, as if expecting your footsteps across the floor. But it's only me rewriting the sound of a life that no longer lives around. The house kept your shape after you left, held on to echoes it won't forget. Every room still leans your direction, like love became architecture reflection. I walk through spaces that won't let you go. They remember you better than I know. These walls haven't learned you're gone, they just keep holding your outline on. And I start to notice what I didn't see. It's not the house that's refusing to leave, it's me still walking the same old line in a place that froze in another time. Maybe memory isn't what rooms contain, maybe it's just me refusing to change while the house stays exactly as it was. And I'm the only thing moving because the house kept your shape after you left, but I'm the one still caught in it yet. Every room still leans your direction, like love became architecture reflection. I walk through spaces that won't let you go, but I'm the one who still holds the ghost. These walls haven't learned you're gone, and neither have I. Moving on.
I write you in the margins of my silence, cursor blinking like it's waiting for a verdict. Every sentence starts as a confession, then folds in on itself before it's perfect. Unopened letters stacked inside my chest, postmarked by the nights I almost sent them. I type your name, delete it like a habit, like my fingers know the ending before I let them. There's a draft of you I never finalize. It just circles in my outbox every night.
Everything I want to say comes back, return to sender,
sealed with the weight of things I couldn't render. Your silence has a forwarding address, but it never arrives, it just leaves me emptier.
Everything I want to say comes back, return to sender.
I watch it disappear in reverse through the sender.
We had conversations I rehearsed alone. You never spoke, but I replied in tone. Your absence leaves receipts on my phone, unsent texts that still feel overgrown. The typing bubble of a ghost I made blinks like a heartbeat that never stayed. I hear your reply in a glitching delay, but it fades out before it learns what to say. I keep a folder named Almost and Maybe, full of versions of you that never made it. Everything I want to say comes back, return to sender, sealed with the weight of things I couldn't render. Yeah, silence has a forwarding address, but it never arrives, it just leaves me emptier. Everything I want to say comes back, return to sender.
These words keep finding their way home in reverse forever. The conversation
conversation ended, the sentence didn't. It's still running in loops where your name was written. I accept some doors don't stay in time, they close mid-word, mid-breath, mid-line. Maybe love is just a message expired, a glowing screen slowly powering tired. So I stopped trying to make it surrender and let it come back, return to sender. These words don't leave, they just dissolve into echoes my silence can't resolve. Everything I want to say never renders, just comes back home. Return to sender.
I saw you in a version of the morning, light bending through a life I never lived. You smiled like nothing had ever broken, like time forgot what it was supposed to give.
There's a road where we never split directions, two shadows walking where the same sun falls.
I reach for you in half-remembered futures, but every touch dissolves through parallel walls.
And I swear
I hear you in the distance,
like a choice I made in reverse. Somewhere we're still
together, somewhere the ending never came.
There's a version of
Me that never lost you, still saying your name the same.
parallel lives
Running beside mine, close enough to feel but never collide. I keep mourning a future that never happened,
but it still feels like mine. I meet myself in fractured reflections. He looks like me, but doesn't know the cost. He keeps your hand like it was never taken, lives in the timeline I got lost. We pass like trains on mirrored stations, same destination, different tracks of time. I wave through glass that never opens, and he waves back like he's still mine. Two histories breathing in the same space, but only one learns your face. Somewhere we're still together, somewhere the ending never came. There's a version of me that never lost you, still saying your name the same. Parallel lives running beside mine, close enough to feel but never collide. I keep mourning a future that never happened, but it still feels like mine. I stand between two unfolding skies, watching forever split in disguise. One path
holds you like it should, the other teaches me something
kettle boiled a little longer alone. Your side of the bed forgot its tone. Not a silence that came crashing down, just a slow unlearning of every sound. Your jacket stayed on the back of the chair, like you might still fold back into air. We stopped finishing each other's lines, started missing in smaller designs. I didn't notice the ocean move until the shoreline stopped looking like you. You didn't leave, you drifted. No slam doors, just quieter rooms, like a shoreline swallowed by the horizon. We faded out with nothing to prove. We disappeared 1 mile at a time. No breaking point, no warning sign. You didn't leave, you drifted, and I drifted too, just not as far as you. The radio lost you between stations, static replacing conversations. Your laugh became a memory I misplaced, like weather changing without a trace. Coffee cooled in half-spoken mornings, words arriving just a little too late. Even the light in the hallway softened, like it forgot how to wait. We didn't fall, we just leaned away, until distance learned our names. You didn't leave, you drifted. No slam doors, just quieter rooms, like a shoreline swallowed by the horizon. We faded out with nothing to prove. We disappeared 1 mile at a time. No breaking point, no warning sign. You didn't leave, you drifted, and I drifted too, just not as far as you. I look back for the exact moment the tide decided not to return, but everything feels evenly scattered, no single spark left to burn. Was it Tuesday or just a season? A sentence we forgot to complete, or just gravity doing its quiet work, pulling us out to sea? No ending line, no final scene, just space where we used to mean, like a shoreline swallowed by the horizon. Still there, but never seen. Ghost of ink in an old contact list, like time forgot to take it from me. Or maybe I forgot to resist. The screen still knows how to find you, like muscle memory under glass. No error message, no closure. shape of your silence, hovering like it's been rehearsed. The number still works. That's the worst part of it all. It rings like a door left open. I don't know if I should call. It's not disconnected, just impossible. Too close to fall. One call away feels farther than goodbye. When I stand here and stall, I hear it ring in my imagination, like a second voice in the line. Half a conversation waiting for permission to collapse across space and time. Every second adds another reason and subtracts the courage I had. The longer I stare at the call button, the more it feels like something I can't have. If I press it, does it change anything? Or just prove I still believe? The number still works. That's the worst part of it all. It rings like a door left open. I don't know if I should call. It's not disconnected, just impossible. Too close to fall. One call away feels farther than goodbye. When I stand here and stall, my finger is a weather system circling above the final tap. The line is open, but we aren't, and I don't know how to map a moment that splits reality clean between what is and what we mean. So I hover in the space between what's done and what's still seen. It rings, it rings, it doesn't resolve. Like a thought I can't dissolve. The number still works, but I don't. I woke up wrong for no clear reason, like the air had changed its mind on me. Same coffee, same quiet kitchen, but something felt less free. The light came in like it knew a secret, slipping through the blinds too slow. I couldn't name what I was missing, but my body already knows. There's a weight in the way I move today, like I'm walking through something I can't say. Happy anniversary of nothing. I didn't mark it on the wall, but my heart circled back here anyway, like it never forgot it all. A holiday nobody celebrates, still it shows up uninvited and late. Happy anniversary of nothing, and I feel it start to break. The season looks the same as last year, but it lands a little heavier now. I pass a place I can't remember, but my chest remembers how. It's not a memory I can point to, just a feeling that returns intact, like a song I only half recognize, playing backwards in the past. The calendar says nothing special, but I don't agree with that. Happy anniversary of nothing. I didn't mark it on the wall, but my heart circled back here anyway, like it never forgot it all. A holiday nobody celebrates, still it shows up uninvited and late. Happy anniversary of nothing, and I feel it start to break. Maybe grief has its own season, not bound to dates or lines. Maybe it just returns like weather when it's ready. Every time my body remembers before I do what I try so hard to ignore, and I stand inside the repetition, like I've been here before. Happy anniversary of nothing. Now I hear it in the chords. Every year my heart remembers first what I can't put into words. The calendar forgot, but I didn't. It lives in quieter chords. Happy anniversary of nothing, and I still show up at its door. Same light, same ache. Nothing changed, but I did. I still set a place that no one fills, like habit carved into the still. Your shadow lives in everyday light, but never stays the night. I speak your name in passing air, like it might still find you somewhere, but it falls back into my chest, like everything I never said. There's no ceremony for this kind of loss, no altar built for what we cross. Buried without a funeral, no church bells, no final call. I carry flowers to an empty grave where nothing answered it all. Learning your name, buried without a funeral, and I was the only one there at all. You still exist in public places, in faces that don't know your shape. I pass you in 1,000 versions, but none of them escape. The world kept moving like nothing broke, while I memorize the smoke of everything we never resolved, dissolving but never gone. Without a funeral, I scream it into the hall. How do you bury someone who's still alive when they never fell at all? I never got a goodbye, only an absence that I call buried without a funeral, and it echoes through it all. Just me carrying the flame into silence that never